Hello there and welcome to this channel, Mr. TraveLux. This is your one-stop shop for everything sandals and beaches, and I'm so glad you've taken a moment of your time to stop by this video today, which is 7 must-know hidden secrets about Sandals Resorts. If we haven't had the pleasure to meet before, my name is Addison. I'm the founder and CEO of Reliant Destinations and mycaribbeanluxury.com. On this channel, we like to dive in and cover everything about these amazing resorts spread across the Caribbean. Reliant Destinations, my company, we offer 100% complimentary concierge services. Yes, this means if you're planning to book that perfect trip to tropical paradise, we are there to help and it costs you nothing whatsoever. You can reach out to my team and I at any time. We always say if you aren't reaching out, you might be missing out. You can reach out hello@reliantdestinations.com. Again, that's hello@reliantdestinations.com. If you want to make sure you have the best service, the best expertise, and of course the best value, we're there to make sure you get just that. I've been to every single Sandals and Beaches resort many times. And of course, any questions you have, you can email us or you can drop those questions in the comment section below and we will be glad to help. Before we dive into this video, which is of course those 7 must-know hidden secrets about Sandals Resorts, I want to mention just a couple of things as well. On our website, mycaribbeanluxury.com, we have a brand new tool on there which allows you to answer a few questions and to see which of the Sandals or Beaches resorts are best suited for you. So if you're someone that's not quite sure which property is best suited, you can get an instant answer there using that awesome tool. We also have a new feature on our website called 𝗚𝗎. 𝗚𝗎 is an AI bot that's been trained about everything Sandals and Beaches, so you can ask all your questions there and get some instant answers. Also, if you are someone that has already booked your vacation, we have a really cool new tool, which is a value checker tool. It's for everyone, regardless if you book direct with us, with the travel agent, no matter how you booked. It's a value checker tool allowing you to make sure you have the best value on there. And we're not going to try to poach you, for example, if you are with a travel agent. We're just going to refer you back to them, but of course, give you those alerts to make sure that you are receiving the best value. But for now, let's go ahead and dive straight into this video, your top 7 must-know hidden secrets about Sandals Resorts. Let's go. Alright, number 1, if there are other Sandals or Beaches destinations nearby, you are in luck. So, some of you that have been around for a while, you might have noticed that slowly the stay at one, play at all branding has disappeared across the Sandals and Beaches website, but those features are still there. Now, let's go into this a little bit further. So, first of all, there are some resorts that are literally just connected to each other. A great example of this would be Sandals Barbados and Sandals Royal Barbados. At the moment as well, we have Sandals Royal Dunn's River, which is being built next to Sandals Dunn's River, and that will be the similar experience as well, where you have these seamless experiences and you don't even know hardly when you're crossing between one property to the next. Then you have other ones which are very close, but are not actually on the same block of land. A great example of this would of course be Sandals Montego Bay and Sandals Royal Caribbean, which are separated by just literally a minute and a half of driving, but have a free shuttle that runs between those properties. So that's something where you can find that free shuttle at Sandals Montego Bay, Sandals Royal Caribbean in Jamaica. You can also find that in St. Lucia, a beautiful island, one of my favorite islands in the Caribbean, and you find that between the 3 awesome Sandals there, which of course you have the northernmost, which is Sandals Grand St. Lucian, the middle one, Sandals Halcyon, which is very small and intimate, and then a cliffside Utopia, which is the southernmost one, which is Sandals Regency La Toc. So those have shuttles that run between all 3 properties as well. However, let's say that you're staying somewhere like Sandals Negril, for example, and you wanted to go over to Sandals South Coast for the day. Well, here's the thing. It is allowed. However, with that, you will be responsible for providing your own transportation. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, for example, if you are staying at Sandals Negril and you wanted to visit Beaches Negril, that's possible as well. But again, you are responsible for your own transportation, or you can just walk down the road, which is something which is possible in that destination also. right now with all the changes happening with Sandals, we're going to see a lot more expansions and a lot of other properties or these sister properties coming up soon. So definitely keep your eye peeled for more opportunities on that front. Number 2 is about if you are getting married or if you are already married, if you fall into either one of those categories. So first, if you are getting married, Sandals does still offer a free weddings package. Now, the weddings program has changed a lot in recent years, and I'm not going to go a lot into that because this is a general video, not about weddings. But if you are looking to get married, well, if you stay 7 or more nights at any Sandals or Beaches resorts and you're staying in a club or butler tier room, then you can actually have a free basic wedding package. So if you want details on that, let me know. But I think a lot of you who are watching this actually will fall into the other category of already married and are often going to Sandals for things like your anniversaries and special occasions. So with that, I want to mention that there is an amazing experience that honestly, I would say too few people actually take advantage of, and this is the retie the knots experience, which is the fancy trademark name at Sandals for simply a vow renewal ceremony. So vow renewal ceremonies, these only cost $400, and honestly, you get basically a whole wedding experience, and they're very customizable. So if you are someone that wants to bring people along with you to celebrate the vow renewal, fantastic, and that's actually included, people and chairs as well for that. However, if you're just two people that you're just going for an awesome romantic vacation, and during that romantic vacation you want to celebrate love in an extra special way, this is also a great way. So it comes with a lot of inclusions. That $400, it includes the actual ceremony itself, it includes a little reception afterwards, it includes cake and a bunch of other little elements which I won't get into in this video, but it's something where honestly a lot of people don't even think about this. And if you're celebrating love, it's a great thing to do. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to go with all of the above and beyond that you would with a normal wedding. It can be something where you just take advantage of what you want out of that package. It can be very simple. So it's something which I try to encourage all of our clients at Reliant Destinations to think about that. If they're already married and want to celebrate that, it's something which you definitely can do. Number 3 is about an island by an island. And yes, I'm referring to, of course, the private island experiences with Sandals. So across the currently 17 Sandals and Beaches resorts, which of course, if you're watching this video here in a few months from now, or even longer, then of course there might be more. But at the publishing of this video, 17 Sandals resorts, there are 2 of those which have a private island. So one of those is Sandals Royal Caribbean, which we mentioned earlier in this video, and that's in Montego Bay, Jamaica, has an amazing private island that is right offshore of that amazing resort. And it does have transportation that goes all day long between that private island and the mainland. And with that private island on there, that's of course where those famous over-the-water bungalows and villas are located in Montego Bay. But also on that island itself, you have a delicious Thai restaurant, which is a really cool, very ornate restaurant. You also have a pool, an actual swim-up bar there on the private island itself. And for those who are a little bit more adventurous, there on the backside of the island, there is a clothing optional beach as well, which is available, but very discreet for those who wish to partake. So of course, that's an awesome private island experience. Also in the Bahamas in Nassau, where we have Sandals Royal Bahamian. Sandals Royal Bahamian, there is a private island which is part of that as well. And on there, you do have some spa. You also, of course, do have a bar. You have a cafe and other relaxation options there on that private island as well. With that transportation, the water transportation, obviously back and forth between the resort and the private island there. Number 4, there are a lot of really cool different bar experiences across the Sandals and Beaches portfolio, but I always like to give a nod to the hidden speakeasy at Sandals 𝗏𝗏. So if you're not familiar with the term speakeasy, we're of course jumping back about a century into the Prohibition era in the United States, of course, where this is where all alcohol was illegal for a certain period of time, and it pushed all bars underground. So this bar, which is called the Rabbit Hole at Sandals 𝗏𝗏, is a hidden speakeasy, and it has that same flair to it. So all the staff in there, they dress in this era. You have like the Flapper Girls, you have wonderful musicians that perform at night, some of the best vocalists I've ever heard, and some amazing bartending experiences that happen in there well, I don't want to ruin the surprise, but let's just say if you're ever at Sandals 𝗏𝗀𝗃, you want to go in there and you'll need a password, which you can get from the staff. On number 5, I want to talk about food a little bit. I'm a huge foodie. Any of those viewers who have watched many of our videos before will know that food is very close to my heart. And of course, in this video, I have to do something about food. And so this will be our next one, is talking about really how to make the most of your dining experiences at Sandals. So the first thing is, keep in mind that Sandals is premium all-inclusive. And a lot of people, when they sit down at a restaurant, they go for one singular dish. Now, keep in mind that it is fine dining and often the dishes are going to be smaller. You are welcome to order multiple entrees, and that's something which is very, very common. So I'd say for couples, what we see a lot, but a lot of people don't realize they can do it, is order more than one. Now, if you don't want to go above and beyond with that, but just want to have a little bit, is something where often each couple, with a couple, one person gets one thing, one person gets the other, and then a third thing to split. So you get to try multiple things. But of course, with the gastronomy at Sandals, the idea is to allow you to sample as many things as possible. So don't be shy to do that. It is almost expected, and so don't feel like you're putting them out of their way to order extra dishes with that. Now, I would like to mention with that as well that you can definitely ask the staff to sequence it in sort of way that's best for you. So something that does catch some people off coming, particularly from North America, is at Sandals, it is done more of the European and British style, which is when the server comes up, they ask for your whole order at once. Now, I have to say that's something which I don't love necessarily, but that is the way it's done in the Caribbean, that's the way it's done at Sandals, and that's the way it's done in Europe. For our North American guests, of course, we know that it is normal that when you go to a restaurant, your appetizers are taken first, and then your mains, and then later on ask for dessert at the end. So what I would say is, don't feel pressured at Sandals to give your whole order at once. They're there to customize the experience for you, so just say, I would rather order the appetizers now and the rest later. So you are welcome to say that. Same, for example, if you are doing an appetizer that you want for a main, or you're ordering multiple mains, if you want it all out at once or want to have it in different rounds, just communicate with your server and they will be flexible to help you in that regards to make sure that it's perfect for your own desires. And of course, if you are someone that has special dietary needs, whether it is religious, an allergen, or anything of the sort, definitely stop by the culinary concierge desk, but also ask to speak to the chef there in resort. So one of my former executive assistants that used to travel with me was a very strict vegan, and we always loved putting the chefs to the test. They would come out of the kitchen and have just a little chat there about what they wanted, something that was a little bit different, and some of the most amazing customized dishes were put together. Now, keep in mind that the culinary teams at Sandals, they end up doing a lot of the same things over and over and over. So the chefs, they do love a good challenge. When there's an opportunity to impress and to delight and to try something different compared to what they are doing day in, day out, often that is a challenge that is embraced with glee. So don't be afraid to ask for that if you do have something that is customizable in terms of your needs. On number 6, I want to discuss another food nuance, which is about in-room dining. So room service is something which isn't all across the board at Sandals. It's something that is specific to your particular room style. So at Sandals, you may or may not be aware, there are 3 tiers of luxury. So you have what's called the luxury tier. That's your entry tier at Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Then you have the club tier, or it's called concierge tier over on the beaches side of the brand. And then you have the Butler Elites program, which of course is the pinnacle of the 3 tiers. So with these 3 tiers, it is worth noting, if you're someone that likes room service, so room service does not come with the entry tier. You are going to, of course, have a mini fridge that has some things in it, some basic waters and sodas, but just know that in-room dining is not part of that program. It is, however, for the Club Sandals program, all the way from early morning until the late evening, there is a Club Sandals menu, which you are welcome to order from anytime, either by stopping by the Club Sandals lounge and placing that order, or making a phone call from the in-room phone. So that's a menu which does change, and there's a QR code in every room where you can access that live and see what the latest menu is before you place your order. For the Butler Elite, there's a 24-hour menu, which is a much more expanded menu than the Club Sandals menu, and it's available around the clock as well. And of course, if you are a Butler guest, you can also order from any of the restaurants directly to your suite. But I just want to mention that because room service is something which I've seen a lot of our clients and a lot of just guests in general get confused about over the years. And so that is worth mentioning so you understand how that works in terms of which room category you might be in. Number 7 is simply about some of the exciting things on the horizon. There are sort of things I cannot quite talk about yet in this video, but let's just say there are some amazing things coming. So Sandals Resorts International does own a lot of different property, a lot of different land, some of it that is previously developed, that is waiting for redevelopment, and other just blank slates that are ready for a complete Sandals 2.0 from the ground up. So let's just say that there are a few things that have already been announced. For example, I did allude earlier in the video to Sandals Royal Duns River, which will be coming right next to Sandals Duns River. In Barbados, we do have Beaches Barbados, which is coming. I'm very excited about that. So there will be 3 of the Sandals and Beaches properties in Barbados. Of course, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is the newest Sandals resort that's open at the moment of filming this video. There will be Beaches St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which will be spectacular. The old Sandals in Exuma, which was the Sandals Emerald Bay, is being converted right now, and that'll be Beaches Exuma, and it's going to be a gorgeous property with a lot of family villas and a lot of more intimate styles to that particular property. And of course, we have Beaches Runaway Bay, which we've been hinting at for years, which is finally coming, which is going to be in Runaway Bay, just on the outskirts of Ocho Rios area, where of course we have multiple Sandals resorts right now, including Sandals 𝗂𝗄𝗄, Sandals Royal Plantation, and Sandals Duns River itself. So there are some other things which, again, I cannot quite talk about yet, but just know there are some exciting things on the horizon. So if you are someone that loves innovations, you love modernity, you love trying new things, just know there are a lot of new things coming. If you want to know more about any of those kind of timelines that are on the horizon or want to be alerted when new things come out, definitely reach out to us. Again, that's hello@ReliantDestinations.com. As I mentioned earlier, our goal is to make sure that your vacation is absolutely perfect and do bring amazing memories for a lifetime. So if you're ready to plan that dreamy Caribbean vacation, hello@ReliantDestinations.com is how you get in touch. And honestly, my team and I, we are always there to assist. It is a genuine passion we have, not just something we do for a job. And the Reliant Destinations team is a Caribbean-based team, currently all Jamaicans actually. So when you reach out, you're able to get on the ground assistance in some realistic perspective versus kind of a more corporate perspective. We're able to give you the actual understanding of what's happening on the ground in the Caribbean at any given time. So we're always happy to help. Please do take a moment to like this video and also to subscribe to this channel. There are so many exciting videos coming out and we don't want you to miss those. We hope to see you back here on the channel very, very soon. And of course, anytime you see me in resort, don't be shy. Come and say hi. We'd love to meet you. We hope to cross paths one day with you in one of these gorgeous properties. We'll see you here on the channel next time. Thanks for stopping by.